Hi everyone, so this is the second video for our revision and I want to go through Tuckman's 5-stage group development model with you. So Tuckman presents us with 5 stages for group development. The first stage is that of forming. So in this stage, the team is becoming orientated with each other, the team members are also becoming orientated with the goals and the procedures, and then also members tend to be uncertain about their roles, they're not sure who's in charge, and the group's goals are quite up in the air, so they're still trying to get used to that. And so people are quite anxious in this stage, and there tends to be concern about who's going to lead the group, who's going to be the more dominant member in the group. Then once the forming stage is complete, then the group will go into the storming stage. So this is a time of testing for the group. So we've also got subgroups within the storming stage, and there's subtle forms of rebellion because people are pushing boundaries. Members are also demonstrating competitive behavior, and there's basically a sense of looking out for yourself and every man for himself. But there's some resistance, obviously, and there's some impatience just because there's no progress within the stage. And then a few dominant leaders may try and challenge the actual leader, and so there may be conflict within the stage. A lot of people might be frustrated, there might be a lot of anger, and people might be defensive. And sometimes what happens is people don't move on from the stage because they get stuck in the stage. But if they manage to work through the anxiety, they manage to work through the anger and the challenges and the frustration in this stage of storming, then groups will go to the norming stage. And when groups go into the norming stage, this generally means that somebody has stood up as the leader of the group and the power struggles have been resolved, and so something can be accomplished in terms of the group project or whatever it might be that the group has assembled for. And so there's a renewed feeling of team spirit, members are becoming more positive, and so there's suddenly a sense of belonging and commitment to the group. Once this norming stage happens, then groups can move on to the performing stage. And so this stage is basically where there is active focus on solving the task or completing the task or solving the problem. Members trust and accept one another, so there's no deceit or deception. It also means that the members can accept the different viewpoints and the diversity of viewpoints that everyone offers in the group. And the climate is open, it's cooperative, it's helpful. It means that the project is focused and the group is focused on that project. And so there's quite flexible leadership, so people will use their expert power and the people will look for the specialists, see what needs to be done. Once the project is complete, then the group starts moving into an adjourning stage, and this obviously signals the time that the group must disband. The focus is on terminating the task and completing the task and disengaging from relationships that have occurred within the group when it's formed. And so people say goodbye to each other, and many members feel a strong sense of loss because if you're working quite closely in a group and suddenly you have to disband from this group or move away from this group or change groups, whatever it might be, people feel that loss because they're no longer accustomed to the people that are used to working with them. So if we look at it, we've got forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. And so you need to ask yourselves, do these stages happen one after the other, or can they happen during different stages of a task or a project? Please familiarize yourselves with the stages. Please give examples of the stages and know how to give examples for the stages because you'll be able to discuss it then if this is something that you need to do in the exam. Okay then, have a good week. Bye.